Greetings, YouTube. Danny Staten here on the Daily Dan Blog. You know I love saying that. So here we go again. It's Halloween time. It's time to get into some good stuff. That's what my friend Dave Sunstorm, he had called this the good stuff, because today I'm checking out the Twilight Zone. That's right, spectacular Twilight Zone comic books, #1 and #2. Boy, I can't wait to jump into these really cool comic books. Check out that thing on the cover. That's going to be great. Check out this cover. That's probably going to be not so great. But hey, everybody remembers the Twilight Zone, so we know we're in for a good time. Right, guys?
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
Okay, that's enough with the teasing. So we all know what the Twilight Zone is. So let's get this review started. This might be pretty long since I'm doing 2 comic books. So inside the front cover of the Twilight Zone, #1 from 1991, we get a really cool commercial for the Green Hornet and Kato with some excellent art. I love the look of these comic books. So wonderfully drawn, very well illustrated, with great color, standing out from 1991. I have my first edition of a Now comic book. Now, #1. That's right, #1, the Twilight Zone, as we see Professor Dum-Dum running through the streets, screaming in terror for the reasons we have to find out. Not one single word of dialogue to tell us what's going on. Oh boy, it's going to be one of them. Lightning strikes and thunder roar, and suddenly it turns black and white, and I fear that this comic may be going downhill, because you know how I feel about black and white. Then we get the Writing Daytime, a big, long story, that's right, by Harlan Ellison, a story explaining, oh my God, explaining the comic book we're about to see. For 30 minutes you have to read, and I'll hold it real still so you can pause it and read this big, long, drug-out dialogue that has nothing to do with the freaking comic book we're about to see now, right? I bet you thought it would just be the one page, didn't you? But they're talking about I Love Lucy, and they're talking about all kind of other stuff that's just totally irritating that they're doing this. Right in the beginning of a comic book, they want to ruin the story. They got to put this in the back. Ain't like nobody's going to take time to sit there and read this stuff anyway. Well, except for that one guy that we call Michael Marone, because he's got AD&D artistically stuff, and he's going to sit there, and he's going to read every bleeping word of this dismal nightmare. Okay, moving right along. This professor guy's running. He's freaking out. He's tripping out. He's being chased by the thing from the Crate in Creep Show, apparently. No, that's not the thing from the Crate in Creep Show. No, that's a demon. And this demon's after him because he done made a sell his soul deal with a demon. And now he's screwed because the demon's coming to collect his soul. So in full, wonderfully drawn panels, brought to you by the Daily Dan Blog. We getting it on. We got this here creepy crate-crawling demon. This demon up from the dark side. This demon's chasing Roy. And Roy done sold his soul to the devil, because Roy look like a red-nosed clown, don't you, Roy? That's right. You shouldn't sell your soul to Satan, Roy. Of course, we know you did that a long time ago. So this guy named Roy sold his soul to the devil, and now the devil's coming to claim it as he screams in terror. What will he do now that he's sold his soul to the demons and the devil's coming to collect? He heads out, because he knows he's got one chance only. He's got to go see the master of all evil. He's got to go see Frankenstein. No, what? Frankenstein? No, he ain't going to see Frankenstein. Frankenstein works for this guy. You know, this guy looks like Dr. Strange, so for the rest of the book, we're just going to call this evil wizard warlord Dr. Strange. That's right. Dr. Strange. He's hanging out. He's hanging out with, oh my God, who does she remind me of? Got it! He's hanging out with young Michelle Obama. I was wondering who she looked like. She looked like young Michelle Obama. You know, after Mickey changed. Anyway, he's tripping. He's telling Dr. Strange about selling his soul to a demon. And I got rich, and I got all my inventions to pass, and I got wealthy, and all I had to do was sell my soul. I didn't know it would only be 7 years, and 7 years later he come, and 7 years now he's gone for my soul, and it's a demon, and the demon's chasing me all around, and whatever will I do? Oh my God, this demon's out to get me. Ah! Oh God, Dr. Strange grits his teeth for having to listen to this guy's dismal story. That's right. By the time this guy gets done whining, me and Dr. Strange are the same. We're kind of hoping the demon gets this whiny little bastard, but this whiny little bastard's got a jewel. He's got a rare thing that Dr. Strange wants. So Dr. Strange makes a deal. He says, I will fight this demon for you. I will run this demon back to the dark side. So I am Dr. Strange. I am the master. And little evil chick goes, you can't go and fight for him. I guess this is his mom or something. Anyway, he tells evil little fat chick that he is going to fight for the guy. He's going to save the guy's soul. He gives her $20, tells her to go away. She's insulted, but whatever. Anyway, later on that night, Later on that night, they're doing this magic invocation. They're doing this thing. They're calling up the demon. But evil mama flips and tells the demon, why don't you just kill all these suckers? Demon says, maybe I just kill you instead. And she tells the demon she got a special treat for him if he does what she says. So God, special treat from her? That makes me want to pull my hair out and cry. So in the well-drawn, incredibly cool panels in this Twilight Zone comic book from 1991, I see the candles burning. I see the monster being summoned. I see the monster show up and just surprise everybody at its incredible grossness and ugliness. The monster goes crazy. It goes on a killing spree. Everybody's tripping. Everybody's running. Whatever will we do? Michelle Obama's upset, and she says, why have you sold your soul to this demon? Ah! And the battle rages on. Michelle Obama, Weird Roy, and Dr. Strange do battle with the incredible demon. Look, Dr. Strange did so much battle, he got his clothes smoked right down to his underwear. Dr. Strange had to go change. Dr. Strange had to go change. That's right. He had to get him a new uniform. He had to get him some new clothes. He had to get him a new jacket because his stuff got ripped up fighting with a demon. He says that didn't work out real well. We'll have to come up with a new plan there, Roy. Roy's all upset. Dr. Strange searching for a new plan. He heads down to the vault and he whips out a box. Oh my God, he's going to call up Pinhead. No, that ain't that box. I thought for a minute it was turning into a Hellraiser story, but no, he went in the box and he got out his magic. What? His magic amulet. Hey, guess what? My magic amulet's going to take care of all this. It's a magic flower I put on my uniform. I put on my lapel and squirt holy water in his face. Ha, 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 ha. No, it's some kind of magic rod that banishes demons. So he's out there trying to get the demon to back attack him so he can use his magic amulet pendant thing. Oh, my God. Curse splash and curse splash. Oh, Hazel, no. Look, the demon has showed up. The demon's destroying stuff. The demon's trying to smoke that ass. Michelle Obama's running. Roy's running. The demon is held at bay. The demon is held at bay by Dr. Strange and his magic rock. What? His crystal, his rock, his stones. That's right, Dr. Strange has the diamond of destiny, I guess. As he goes one-on-one with this evil monster, this horrible horde, this horrible creature. He tears it up. He takes it down. They're going to do battle. Yes, yes. I am Dr. Strange. I will not be defeated. Ah! I hate this comic book. Yeah, I really do. The demon really sucks. Anyway, Dr. Strange is casting spells. His eyes going red. Dr. Strange is using his magic crystal stony thing and send this thing back to the dark side. Oh my God, I'm crying. Info panels brought to you by the Daily Damn Blog. Monster go poof. Monster's gone. Monster turned into a little stinking smoky thing that went in the box. And Dr. Strange says, you owe me one, with the demons in hell being all happy with other demons. Oh, my goodness. Dr. Strange, you are the man. Michelle Obama gives him nookie. Roy laughs in happiness. You saved me. You saved me. Don't worry, Roy. I'll take care of you, brother. Now you got to deal with me. Don't worry, Roy. You're not going to have to bend over like usual. It's strictly business with Dr. Strange. That's right. I'm going to give you a hat. I'm going to give you a trench coat. I'm going to put you on the case. I'm going to turn you into the Night Stalker. And you're going to be a superhero, Roy. A superhero. You hear that, Roy? You're a superhero, you goopy bastard. And then we get another dismal nightmare of reading where we can enter the Twilight Zone douche mailbag. That's right. All these incredibly long letters drawn out to a comic book that just now existed. How did they know to write the letters? How did Good Luck Willie, you goofy bastard, know to write letters to the Twilight Zone comic book if it wasn't even out yet? Oh my freaking God. I guess everybody knew this comic book was coming out in 1991 because they all wrote letters to be in this long, drug-out, dismal, freaking nightmare of a comic book that I had to sit through. And if you think I'm going to sit here and read all these freaking comments from all these goofy Twilight Zone geeks, you're totally mistaken. But Michael Marone, I hope I went slow enough that you could pause it and read every line. And here's some sneak peek at the next Twilight Zone comic book that we'll be taking a look at here in a second. Oh, God. Boy, this is horrible way to end a comic book. And then you get an ad for Kato. Kato coming soon. The Bruce Lee is Kato's story in a comic book that I never saw. And other innovative titles. Cool. From Now Comics. I want that Married with Children. I'm going to be looking for that. Well, guys, I have to ask Dave Sunstorm. Dave, was that the good stuff? Let me know in the comments below. Thrash, was that the good stuff? Hey, Golden Ranger TV, Pat McCormick, was that the good stuff? I want to give special shout-outs to Pat McCormick at the Golden Ranger TV, Thrash Pondo Ponds here on YouTube. My friend Dave Sunstorm and his incredible brother Steven Sunstorm. Be sure to check out them good stuff, guys. It's sure as much as BK on the air, as much as Big Guys 45s. And don't forget, you can see me on the Paranormal Highway. So I guess it's time to get on to book number 2 now. If I go a little bit faster through book number 2, it's because book number 2 really sucks and, time and all. So let's get through book number 2. Good stuff, guys. What do you think? So in book number 2, check it out. Author Goofus here, Edward Morrill. Author wrote a book. He's wrote a book about the inner city, seedy life of the underworld. He's done exposed gangsters. Gangsters! Now, this comic book's not drawn like the last one. I'm disappointed. The other one was drawn in a really tight, well-defined art, and this one's in panel-y style, old-school stuff, and the art's not really that great, and the panels look a little dumb. At least it looks like an old comic book and not like the new glossy, shiny crap. Anyway, he's upset. One of the gangsters shows up and says, "Hey, you look familiar, buddy. You shouldn't have wrote that book about us." Anyway, he's all upset. He goes home he's headed home after his big autograph signing, and he's smoking it up with Kenny Dotson. Oh, God. And full panels brought to you by the Daily Dan blog. Some people will get the Kenny Dotson joke. Anyway, he heads up to a meeting. He's headed on off to a meeting. He had a meeting with this lady who said, "You're going to have to do more book signings, make some money." Then he heads off to the airport. He wants to get home, but it's taking forever. He said he was going home. I swear it did. And he just ain't got there yet. But he's being stalked by one of them gangsters he wrote that book about from the Elvis crew. "But you won't with some money there, buddy, take my name out them books." Nah, anyway, they get in this big argument about them books, him and this goofy bastard right here, and this goofy bastard pulls a knife on him and tells him just to get out. So, he's all upset. Finally, he's on a plane. He's meeting up with this chick that looks like Irma Bombeck. Anyway, he's meeting up with her, and he's talking about his book on the airplane. Is he ever going to get home? How far does he live? He done went through all that. Now he's on an airplane. Hey, where does he live? Bombay? And then we get an ad for a Married with Children comic book with the Bundys. Oh, my God. And they're reading this crap, I bet you. You could have had a Married with Children comic book from Now Comics in 1991. You know how much more I want this comic than the piece of shit I'm reading right now? Oh, my God. Anyway, the guys from the Fonzie crew showed up. Hey, we're Fonzie Gang. Fonzie Gang done showed up. They're looking for a dude. They're going to mess him up for spilling their secrets. So in full dismal nightmare of panels on this second comic book, I totally recommend you stop the video now and just end it here. I wouldn't watch the rest of this if I was you, because it's horrible already. Anyway, dude's being stalked by the gang. Dude pulls his knife. They battle, they fight, and apparently he's a badass too. Eddie Morrell, superhero. Yeah, that's right. He takes them all on. He fights them off. He knocks them out. He moves on. He finally says, I got to make a phone call. And honk, he calls up this chick in bed and goes, I'm never going to get home because I'm a dumbass. In full panels, brought to you by the Daily Damn Blog, we see the story of this goof trying to get home, and it don't look like he's ever going to make it. Oh, my God. He's going. He keeps getting attacked by the Fonzarelli crew, everybody who looked like a greaser. They chase him, they fight. He escapes. They chase him some more. They fight. He escapes again. And now this comic book taunts me. It taunts me with the fact that there was a much better comic book out there. That's right. It taunts me with a full-page ad for Married with Children, a comic book I want so much more than this one. And pages of long, drag-out ads for the Green Hornet and Kato, another comic book I wished I had more than this one. And then you get one for the Ghostbusters, and I'd probably choose Twilight Zone over the real Ghostbusters any day of the week. And then we get 2.5 pages of Elvis and the gang threatening guy. Elvis and the gang doing a Nazi walk. Elvis and the gang threatening the guy some more. And some more, and some more, and some more. Keep threatening him. He's going to get mad. He's going to rip off his shirt and turn into Super Eddie. Out of nowhere, he produces a knife with magic. I'm Super Eddie. And I run and I attack. And people go, no! And he runs, and he runs, and he runs from the scene of the carnage that we're not going to see. And he runs right into the other gang with Bluto, Mike Bleasy, and Little Moggs. And they're all over here attacking him. And they pin him to a tree and they're threatening him. And he talks his way right out of it because it's a Twilight Zone comic book and he has the gift of gab. Oh, my God. So in one of the crappiest stories I've ever had the displeasure of sitting through, he visits the grave of all the people he killed. The gangsters have forgiven him. He has talked his way out of it. Now he's just one of the crew. Ain't that thing? They all have respect for him. What a crappy freaking ending. And to show how bad he is, he tags his name. That's right. This comic book literally ends with a man in a business suit doing a rappy thing and tagging his name on a wall to show how bad he is. And now I want to pull my hair out, cry, and do drugs. Oh, my God. And then we get more of that Twilight Zone letter. People, I swear, people writing up letters for a comic book that just come out. I think they made up all this crap. I don't think none of this shit's real. I think this shit's all made up. Don't you think it's made up? Let me know in the comments below. How come every comic book they advertise in here looks better than this crap I just looked through? Anyway, we can see Kato, the Bruce Lee story, and I still want to check one of them out. And then you get comic book ads for the freaking Terminator. How could they slaughter this comic book any worse by showing so much stuff you'd rather see than this? And it ends with a news flash on the last page, where you hear about all the really cool stuff coming out from Now Comics that we're probably going to avoid most of, except maybe that Married with Children and that Kato. Anyway, well, maybe that new Green Hornet, because there's some kind of really cool art in this Green Hornet comic book. It makes me jump right out of the page at me and just, wow, it's cool. And that's the back cover of this dismal nightmare, once again, showing you more stuff that's probably better than what we just checked out. I hope you enjoyed my really quick flashback. I wouldn't call it really quick. Yeah, oh, my God. I hope you enjoyed my flashback to 1991 as I check out the first Now Comics I've ever checked out, I do believe. And it's the Twilight Zone, based on a TV series, so you know it's going to make the wall. I love the covers. This story was okay. This story not so much, but hey, I think they're both cool in a special kind of way. This one in that special way of nostalgic old comics, and this one in that special way where whoever drew it probably wrote a short school bus. Oh, my God. Anyway, moving right along, be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell. Be sure to join me next time, and until next time, Danny Staten on the Daily Dan Blog, and the Fat Comic Book Guy probably. Blog over, dudes.